This is News 25 with Deanna O'Donnell and Unette Gentry. News 25, local news you can count on. News is brought to you by Golden Gaming Group, where you'll always find great fun, good food, and fantastic entertainment, all at Gold Town, Lakeside, and the Pahrump Nugget. News is also brought to you by J.K. Nelson Law. Call 727-9900 today for your free consultation. If you need a lawyer, you need Nelson.
Hello, welcome to KPVM-TV and Ace Country Radio News 25. I'm Unette Gentry. It's Thursday, July 23rd. Well, a suspicious fire at a home on Amarillo Avenue here in Pahrump leads to the arrest of one person. Pahrump Valley Fire Chief Scott Lewis tells us what happened.
Just before midnight last night, we were dispatched for a report of a structure fire. As crews arrived on location, they found heavy smoke showing from a detached accessory building used as both a storage and a secondary residence at the rear of the property. Crews commenced an offensive interior attack. They were quickly able to extinguish the fire with no further extension. The preliminary investigation revealed questions as to how the fire may have originated. Crews further searched and found evidence that suggests that the fire may have been less than accidental. We requested a deputy state fire marshal who arrived very early this morning. The investigation was considered to be less than accidental, and an arrest has been effected. One person was transported from the scene for an anxiety exacerbation, so they were going to check to make sure that that person didn't sustain any smoke inhalation as well. The fire was contained to the interior of the structure. There was no extension to the outside or any of the stored personal property about the premises.
In today's coronavirus news, Nye County received a report of its 7th COVID-19 related death. Right now, we have 270 confirmed cases of COVID-19 positives, with one new case reported here in Pahrump. A previous case was moved to another jurisdiction due to residency, so today's numbers appear the same as yesterday. COVID testing is available now by appointment through Chemisys Laboratory and Serenity Health. To be tested in Pahrump, Beatty, or Amargosa Valley, call 702-234-5398 for an appointment. You can also be tested in Tonopah by calling 775-302-5800 or 775-482-9898. This is drive-up testing, and you do not need to be symptomatic to be tested. And most of us are familiar with the CARES Act. The economic relief package is best known for providing cash payments to most Americans. But that's not all it does. As Missy Kohler explains, it also means millions of dollars for Nye County.
By now, you have probably heard something about the CARES Act, but what does it mean for you? The Coronavirus Aid, Relief, and Economic Security Act, or CARES, was signed into law by President Trump on March 27, 2020. The over $2 trillion economic relief package was put into place to protect the American people from the public health and economic impacts of COVID-19. The act benefits American workers and families, small businesses, state, local, and tribal governments, and preserves jobs for the American industry. Households with incomes of less than $99,000 or $198,000 for joint filers have received $1,200 per adult, $500 per child under the age of 17, or up to $3,400 for a family of 4. Small businesses are supported with funds that enable them to pay up to 8 weeks of payroll costs, including benefits, so that they may be able to retain their employees. Funds can also be used to pay interest on mortgages, rent, and utilities. The Paycheck Protection Program authorized up to $659 billion toward job retention and other expenses. The CARES Act also expanded unemployment benefits. Individuals can collect unemployment benefits for up to 39 weeks, and workers who are traditionally ineligible, such as freelancers, contract workers, or the self-employed, can file. The CARES Act offers support to American businesses and job creators so that they can support employees and get back to business as soon as possible. The IRS is issuing tax credits to give small and mid-sized businesses what they need to cover the cost of employee sick and family leave wages. The Treasury has made payments to states and eligible units of local government, the District of Columbia, and U.S. territories and tribal governments so that these entities can prepare for necessary expenditures due to the public health emergency of coronavirus. Title IV of the CARES Act requires that any bank with federally backed mortgages allow individuals to request a forbearance on their mortgage, suspending payment on the note if the borrower affirms in writing that they are experiencing financial hardship due to COVID-19. The lender must issue a forbearance of up to 360 days with no additional fees or penalties assessed. Landlords may request the same forbearance from their banks. Any landlord that accepts this forbearance cannot evict tenants or charge late fees for the duration of the forbearance, but they can still require tenants pay in full or face eviction once the landlord's forbearance runs out. If you are in need of immediate residential rental assistance, applications are now being accepted. The state of Nevada is providing $30 million to support this program using relief funds from the CARES Act. If you have missed rent payments due to COVID-19, visit housing.nv.gov and begin the application process. Funds are available on a first-come, first-served basis and are paid directly to the landlord. The IRS has temporarily waived restrictions on early withdrawals on loans from a retirement account. For 2020, individuals can take out money from their 401k and IRA accounts without tax penalties and can put that money back in as available. You can find out more information about the Federal CARES Act online at treasury.gov. You can help with where CARES Act funds are spent in our community. Nye County is conducting a survey and would like to hear from residents and businesses affected by COVID-19. Approximately $8.49 million will be allocated to Nye County as part of the CARES Act. You can help show where those dollars need to be allocated. The survey is short and easy to answer. You are encouraged to participate, and the survey can be found at nyecounty.net.
Thanks so much, Missy. And coming up after this break, we'll tell you about Tesla's latest triumphs. That and more financial news when we return.
You're watching News 25, the most recognized and farthest reaching local news in Nye County. News 25, local news you can count on. This segment of the news is brought to you by P&P Property Management. Knowledge, experience, communication, and trust. Call Cynthia at 775-727-4444.
Welcome back to News 25. Well, tech company CEOs are getting ready to answer questions on Capitol Hill. And Tesla has now posted a profit for the 4th straight quarter. Angela Miles has more.
Topping our news, tech CEOs are already getting ready for a hearing on the Hill Monday. The CEOs of Apple, Facebook, and Google will be questioned by a House Judiciary Committee that is looking into possible anti-competitive behaviors set up by the big tech giants. Yesterday, Apple released a study defending its practices with its App Store. Developers accuse Apple of anti-competitive behavior by taking a 30% cut. Apple says it's in line with Google and Amazon's app stores. Tesla turned out a profit of $2.18 per share, well above expectations on Wall Street. That makes it 4 profitable earnings quarters in a row, making it possible for Tesla to steer its way to the S&P 500. The electric car company also posted revenue that was higher than expected at $6 billion. The stock is up more than 200%.
To find out where you can see us every day, go to businessfirstam.com.
Thanks so much, Angela. In more local news, a Pahrump man is under arrest and facing 2 charges after he reportedly harassed several juveniles at Petrick Park.
David Cornwell has been booked into the Nye County Detention Center for resisting a public officer and providing a false statement to obstruct a public officer. His arrest stems from an incident at Petrick Park Monday evening. Deputies were called to the park for a report of a man harassing 6 juveniles. The sheriff's office says one of the juveniles told a deputy the man, who he pointed to and was later identified as Cornwell, had approached the male juvenile, smelled him, and put his hands on him. The juvenile says he pushed Cornwell off of him and told him to leave him alone. When deputies approached Cornwell to ask what had happened, he said he hadn't done anything wrong and told the deputy his name was Adam. He then started to walk away. When told to stop, he took off, but tripped and fell. At that time, deputies were able to get him into handcuffs, even though they say he was resisting. And officers say Cornwell began yelling and hollering as they were placing him into a patrol vehicle to be taken to jail.
And some news for veterans and supporters. The Purple Heart is a medal given to any service member who's injured, wounded, or killed in combat. And each year, those recipients are honored on August 7th, which is Purple Heart Day. Dr. Tom Waters, a local veteran and Purple Heart recipient himself, is helping to organize the annual Pahrump event that marks that day. And with social distancing in mind, Dr. Waters says right now, everything is a go.
Purple Heart Day is August 7th every year, and it was established by General George Washington in 1782. He gave the first Purple Heart. It was really a purple merit for wounded soldiers. So that created it, and August 7th is Purple Heart Day. No matter what day it falls on, it's always August 7th. Pahrump is a Purple Heart entity, and Nye County is a Purple Heart entity. And Pahrump is the first Purple Heart entity as a town in the state of Nevada. And Nye County is the first Purple Heart county in the state of Nevada. The support we get from the community is just truly outstanding. And I want to just give a plug for some of those that are going to be there. Last year, that was the first time we had the Silver Tappers perform during our ceremony. At first, because it was Purple Heart Day, we weren't sure how that would go in, but so many people have just talked about the Silver Tappers and just what they brought to that ceremony. So we're going to invite them every year. We'll do the social distancing because we're outside. Once we get in our positions, we can take the mask off if people want to do that. We should be okay. Because things are changing so fast, we're waiting for the governor, and if the governor says no, we may have to shut it down. But we're going to plan just like we're going to have it. And we plan to have at least 50 people there. We have the Marine Corps League providing the honor guard, color guard. They'll also do the firing of the volley, and they'll also be doing taps. We do have 2 speakers, and the 2 speakers will also be handing out proclamations from the governor and proclamations from the county.
And the Purple Heart ceremony here in Pahrump will be Friday, August 7th from 6:30 until 7:30 p.m. and it will be held at the Veterans Memorial at Chief Tacoma Cemetery on East Street. And stay tuned. After this break, we'll tell you how to relieve some of the aches and pains associated with working from home.
This segment of the news is brought to you by Mountain West Lawyers, Nye County's injury attorneys. Don't get bullied by insurance companies. Call Jason Ernest and bully them back at 775-727-9500.
Welcome back. Well, if your computer isn't running like it used to, don't toss it just yet because there's a good chance it can be fixed. In today's Great Computer Deals quick tutorial, Josh Osborne says if you've done something that's caused the problem, it's important that you learn from your mistake.
Hi, it's Josh with Pahrump Zone Great Computer Deals. Let's get right into it. It's time for another quick tutorial. Josh's brutal truth. Things your computer repair guy won't tell you. Number 1, it's not the computer's fault, it's yours. You are the one that installed that junk program, and you're the one that allowed that guy from India to remote into your computer and get access to your bank account. And you're the one that let that computer overheat with 5 years worth of dust inside it. Listen guys, we get it. Computers don't come easy to everyone. We understand that, but there is hope and we really, truly care. All that matters is that things get fixed and resolved, and that we live and learn how to make sure these problems don't repeat themselves. Why trust a technician when you can trust a friend? Great Computer Deals is located at 1190 East Highway 372. Call us at 775-990-8833.
Thanks, Josh. And due to COVID-19, many of us have been working from home, and whether it's your new office kitchen table or on a folding table, a workspace set up without proper ergonomics can take its toll. Erica Foreman has more on how to ease some common aches and pains.
Is your back aching? Wrist throbbing? It could be your home workspace, according to Cleveland Clinic chiropractor Andrew Bang.
You lost a nice desk height. You lost a good office chair. You lost your desktop computer and are now using a laptop more frequently. And this leads to kind of 3 areas which I've really seen an increase in kind of musculoskeletal complaints.
Dr. Bang says neck, back, and wrist pain are some of the most common ailments for people working from home.
If you're doing a repetitive kind of action, you're going to have pain. That's all that's happening at our workstations at home.
Changing your position throughout the day can help and give fatigued muscles a break.
You want to get up, move around. Maybe you have every hour where you're standing and working for a few phone calls you have at a conference call. Or you're changing your kitchen table chair for that exercise ball that sits in the basement that you never use. You're going to use that for 20 or 30 minutes, but then you're going to switch back to the chair.
If your wrist is sore from using a laptop touchpad, a keyboard and mouse can help ease discomfort.
If you're having a lot of wrist pain, there are ergonomic mouses that instead of your wrist being in a flat, it's called a pronated position where your palm is facing down towards the desk, they prop your wrist at a either 90 position or a 45 position, which puts your wrist bones in a more neutral alignment, which can take pressure off those nerves that get irritated.
Once you change position, Dr. Bang says muscle injuries should feel better in about 3 days. At Cleveland Clinic, I'm Erica Foreman.
And if your pain is lingering despite changing your work setup, Dr. Bang suggests stretching or contracting the muscle that's bothering you. And if that doesn't do the trick, he recommends contacting your medical provider. And in today's Save a Pet, we're meeting a cute cat named Abel, who's a stray, available for adoption right now from Never Forgotten Animal Society. Cheryl Hunter tells us all about Abel.
Today's Save a Pet is proudly sponsored by Jason Ernest with Mountain West Lawyers. Call 775-727-9500.
This is Abel. He's about a year old. He was found running at large. He is a very sweet kitty. He is one of our most lovable. He is our cat of the week, so he's available for $75 this week. He'll sit in your lap for hours. He is a gray tabby and just an excellent personality. He is good with everybody who's come through the door. He is 1 year old. Our phone number is 775-537-8674, and we are located at 520 East Street at the corner of Wilson and East Street across from the library.
News 25 Weather Cam is brought to you by Lerner and Rowe Injury Attorney's Office in Pahrump. In a wreck, need a check? Call 702-877-1500.
All right, time to take a look outside at our weather conditions. And it's been a bit windy today. We can see the bushes breezing through on that shot. And we'll take a closer look at those temps this Thursday right after we return.
News 25 weather is brought to you by Dairy Council of Nevada. The splash of cream in your coffee, the dollop of sour cream on your burrito, the melted toasty cheese on your pizza. Undeniably delicious, undeniably dairy. Enjoy what's real.
Hello and welcome back to News 25. I'm Michael Donahue back once again with your weather. In Las Vegas, we had a high of 104 degrees, a low of 78, 112 degrees with a low of 81 in Death Valley, 101, a low of 66 in Amargosa, 96, 63 in Beatty, 88 for the high in Goldfield, 87 for the high in Tonopah. Both of those towns have a low of 53 degrees, 86, a low of 52 in Carson City, 92, 58 in Fallon, and 86, 60 in Fernley. Now today in Pahrump, we saw sunny skies. Our high today was 99 degrees. Winds coming out of the south-southwest up to 17 miles per hour. Humidity at 7%, and our sunrise at 5:44 this morning. Now for tonight, we're expecting clear skies. Our low is going to be 71 degrees. It is 97 outside currently with winds out of the east-southeast up to 12 miles per hour. Humidity at 12%, and our sunset at 7:56 tonight. Now taking a look ahead to that 7-day, we're expecting mainly sunny skies throughout the week. We are going to see some clouds rolling in on Sunday, but nothing too much. Wind-wise, on Friday and Saturday, we're going to be seeing winds up to 12 to 14 miles per hour. Then from Monday to Thursday, it's going to be from 11 to 14 miles per hour. Now, temperature-wise, it is slowly starting to get hotter outside. On Friday, we're going to be seeing a high of 99 degrees. Then we're slowly going to work our way up through those triple digits up to a high of 106 by next Thursday. Now, our overnights, we're seeing pretty much the same thing. On Friday and Saturday, we're going to be seeing lows of 74 degrees. And we're slowly going to work our way up to a low of 79 by next Thursday. So now with that, we're going to throw it back to the desk with Unette.
Thanks so much, Michael. And yes, it is hot out there, so please stay hydrated, everyone. Well, that does it for this edition of News 25. And if you ever miss any of our broadcasts, you can watch us at different times right here on Channel 25. And you can also watch us on Facebook and on YouTube. Thanks so much for joining us, and good night.